Once upon a time, there was a small town situated in the heart of a dense forest. It was a peaceful town where everyone knew each other, and nothing ever happened out of the ordinary. However, that all changed when a group of hikers stumbled upon an old abandoned house deep in the woods. The hikers were curious, and so they decided to explore the abandoned house. As they walked through the house, they noticed that there were strange symbols drawn on the walls, and the air felt cold and eerie. Suddenly, they heard a strange noise coming from upstairs. As they cautiously made their way up the stairs, they discovered a small room at the end of the hallway. Inside the room, they found an old diary that belonged to a woman named Elizabeth. The diary contained disturbing entries about a demon that was said to reside in the forest. The hikers laughed it off, thinking it was just an old legend. However, as they made their way back to town, they started to notice strange occurrences happening around them. Objects would move on their own, and they heard strange whispers in the wind. One of the hikers, Sarah, started to feel like she was being followed. She told her friends about it, but they dismissed it as her imagination. That was until they heard a blood-curdling scream coming from the woods. They followed the sound and found Sarah lying on the ground, covered in scratches. The group was terrified and decided to leave the town immediately. As they were packing their bags, they found a note that said, "You should have listened to Elizabeth's warning." They realized too late that they had disturbed something evil in the forest. Just as they were about to leave the town, they heard a knock on the door. It was an old woman who claimed to have known Elizabeth. She told them that Elizabeth had made a deal with the demon to protect the town from harm, but in return, the demon required a sacrifice every 50 years. The group was horrified to learn that they had unwittingly become the sacrifice. As they tried to escape, they discovered that the old woman was actually the demon in disguise. They were trapped with nowhere to go. Just as the demon was about to make its final move, the hikers realized that they still had Elizabeth's diary. They quickly turned to the last page, which had a spell written on it to banish the demon back to the underworld. With trembling hands, they recited the spell, and suddenly the demon disappeared, leaving behind only the sound of its angry screams. The hikers were relieved but shaken by their terrifying experience. As they left the town for good, they realized that they had narrowly escaped with their lives. They promised to never ignore the warnings of the past again, and to always be wary of the unknown.